Time to wrap it up for the first trading day of 2015, and I'm pleased to say that we caught the direction of the E-mini right this morning. We came in wanting to be short. We wanted to sell the 65 area. See the first stop up there in the just above 65, then the software just nothing but selling in. We continue to make lower highs the way down till right here, and when we make a higher high, that's the first time that the software starts to kick off your better buy signals, and they do produce nice trades. But stock market sold again today, 2 days of selling, last day of 2014, and the selling continued through today. The market will be pointed lower. This graph will favor lower prices, no doubt. Coming on, looking at the F1 screen, lower high, lower low, we're looking for a place to sell it, so F1 has us as a seller. Looking at the F2 screen, that's also confirmed. So right now, structurally, you can see the 50-20. 50 is kind of one of those round numbers, so sell one's going to be in the 20-50 area, and the second sell's in our 55 area. We have rejected prices beneath 40, so we'll make buy 140 plus or minus, and then our 35 to 37 for buy 2. Okay, probably the most important piece of news out on Monday will be automobile sales, truck and auto. We also have the Gallup consumer spending report. So the truck sales will come out, auto truck sales will come out about noon. So we aren't going to get much help from the news early on. What forces other than fundamentals that are driving the market? The Fed doesn't like the market to sell. So we'll see how the plunge protection team goes to work at the start of next week. Right now, for the last 2 days, they've been noticeably absent. Fed doesn't mind a correction. They don't like the bottom to fall out of the market. Okay, we have an outside day today. The day before today, we had a higher low and a higher high, so we came in favoring the buy side. The market did trade up. We did talk about this morning that if the E-mini continued to sell and the financials look like the E-mini might continue to sell, that we did not want to trade from the short side. The inverse relationship between the two contracts is in effect these days, making it fairly easy to trade the financials off of what the E-mini is going to do. So right here we've got resistance at 8.5, 10.5, so 8 to 12, selling failure to take out 8 to 12 is certainly a trade, and then 15 to 19. On the buy side, we've got 01 to 29 for buy 1, and we may have to pay 5s depending on what the E-mini does. So 5 is a question mark, and then our 25 to 29, 21 to 25 would take us back here. I don't really, we really don't like that trade too much, so that's getting pretty deep at that point. But I think it'll take something out of the E-mini to get us there. So selling failure 8 to 12 is the easiest trade to see. On the buy side, would like to buy against the buck, against 127, may have to pay 5s. So 1 to 5 will be buy 1, and then 25 to 29 will be buy 2. We'll just go ahead and we'll move it up right now on the assumption that the E-mini is going to show us some more selling. The knob spread really expanded. It went from 17.22 to 18.11 on the close today. So the 30-year was very, very strong. And the trade will be the same, selling failure to take out 24, 28. And then 3 to 7 for sell 2. It's been very easy to reach our number 2 levels in this contract. Last rotate down stopped at 11, so we'll make 13 to 9, buy 1. and then 1 to 5 by 2. And it's been very easy to get to our number 2 levels because of the extra volatility in this contract. I think the direction of the E-mini will be primal for the financials. And if it continues to sell, you can just come in and buy it pretty much with impunity. Gold, again, we had identified this area right down here as just really, really good support this morning. We like to buy in the 65, 67 area because of these low volume numbers. We're still in a trading range, definitely a seller at 1200, 1200 plus, 1200, 1210. And we're seeing a buyer now at 65 to 75, kind of picking up in this area right here. So the breakout came from 78, so we'll make 79.81 buy 1. And the buy 2 area will make 70 to 72. Longer term, I like the short side of the market because I think we're headed lower. 88 to 90, sell 1. 93 to 95, sell 2. Crude oil, pretty quiet. About the only article we saw out on the Middle East this morning was possibility of Ebola breakout. That's a little hard to, I mean, that to me is kind of a stretch. I'm not saying it didn't happen, but it's just the logistics of getting there. I'm not saying it's impossible. The more likely scenario would be ISIS sending people to Africa, getting them infected, then sending them on to Europe or the United States. That would be very, very believable. But Ebola getting into Africa from right here, I mean from Africa to the Middle East, it's a little tough to see that. Okay, crude's all over the map. It's been very volatile, been pretty easy to get to our number 2 points when support or resistance is held. The market has rallied quickly only to find itself, you know, reversing and heading back lower later in the day. So 52.75 to 53. $53.25, $53.50. Sell 1 on the buy side. We'll make it 51.75, 52. I do think it's going lower. And 51.25, 50 for buy 2. And last but not least, the euro, which I think we're headed for 120, and we'll probably see it when we come in on Monday morning. So we're going to put 75.85 buy 2. Been a place where the market is paused in 120 plus or minus 5 for buy 1. Getting stops below 120. It's a reasonable trade. We'd like to take it off of setup. On the sell side, our 25 to 35 puts us right in this high volume area right here. And then 45 to 55 for sell 2. And the euro, my guess now is that when we make 120, they'll be saying 115. So 118, if we take out 120, will be the next stop. Y'all have a great weekend. May all your football teams win. Lots of good football yet this weekend. The pros get started. Usually, the wild card weekend does not produce good matchups. There's a reason they're wild cards. But you never know. And weekend after this, football will get a lot better if you're into pro football. But y'all have a great weekend. Hopefully my cough has left me. I have that magic 7 days come when I get to Sunday. So with or without medicine, you get rid of a cold in 7 days. We'll see if that actually works. I'm out of here. Have a great weekend.